Hello, my friends, my viewers. We are struggling with a new laptop. I call him my new boyfriend. And Tracy, he doesn't like to cooperate with Tracy.
No, it's a good thing he's pretty.
He's faithful to me. I don't have problems with him, but you have.
Just me today, apparently.
It's all that usually I will have problems with computers.
Anyways, hello and happy Wednesday. Just again, a thank you to everyone that submitted questions. I know I haven't had a chance to get back to everybody yet today, but I will be working towards that. But thank you, everyone, for all your submissions. We appreciate it. We love it. So Violetta has seen none of these. She's going to be completely surprised when I ask her them. Sometimes I throw her off. Sometimes.
What can I do? And I want to say thank you to Christiane, because the card just came in from Brazil. Can you imagine how fast the post office is working in Canada? You were complaining about USA, but
our postal service isn't doing much better here either.
No. Okay.
All right. So to start off with today, my first question is from Jojo, who says, I will assume Meghan Markle is happy to be back in California, but is Prince Harry happy there? Will he agree to the U.S. long term, or will he go back to England?
Okay. Like little kid who is getting the lollipop for licking, so I think he is enjoying himself. They are pregnant with the second baby. When she had miscarriage, the third baby. And I think he is playing a nice game that he's happy. Say it that way.
So happy for as long as he has his lollipop, maybe?
Yeah. I don't see, I was looking at the body language between them now, and at the beginning they were all over themselves. And now they are kind of like old couple who are getting tough days sometimes, and the adjustment, they have some struggle, and he will have some struggle probably, but he is still feeling like a star in USA, and she is feeling like a star. So they are getting what they wanted. His first star in USA, in England, he was second star after his brother, so that's what makes them more happy here.
Makes sense. Book Bewitched. I heard that most of the arrested insurrectionists are aged 35 years and up. A large percentage of them were professionals, mostly employed, and many had their own business. I wonder if rather than Proud Boys, are they Oath Keepers?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I see some symbol or like a tattoo on the hand.
On the hand or the shoulder?
No, here, on this part of the shoulder I have here, over here. Like, so there is something that they are connected with, they feel that they are part of some big group. Yes, some policemen in Europe, or whatever, I think they had the symbols of some
they have a band on there. Yeah.
So they feel that they are, for some good reason there. I can't say that in their mind they are thinking they are Proud Boys and they are doing good jobs, good choices. That was strange. That was kind of dramatic when that insurrection on Parliament took place. But they are still thinking that they have some role to play. And when I was watching today news, tomorrow Parliament is afraid about something.
We're waiting on extra security for tomorrow.
Yes, and I was asked in the previous video if that will be safe, and I said that they will close the window like before the storm, So as safe as you can be before the storm. When you lock the windows, you feel better inside.
Okay. All right. Annette reached out to me a little while ago on this, and at the time I hadn't even heard this name, so I wanted to look into it. And then she reminded me about it again today. And also Connie reached out on this. Will the location of the journalist Jamal Khashoggi's body ever be found?
I did the video about that a long time ago, right away after he was missing, and we knew that his body was dismembered. And I said that his body is in some sand pits where they are in pieces. So would they be able to find this one day?
1, 2, 3.
It's like the drone will be flying, but some so tiny drone might not even notice this. They did a good for themselves. The prince did a good job for himself. He was a leader of it. For a long time, they might be looking. One day, there will be some surprise. So it would be by coincidence that they will find it, but not that anyone will tell where it is.
Okay. Thank you, Annette, for reaching back up to me on that one.
By coincidence, they were spotted, but it's not that it will be given them. The information wouldn't be given to them, to the investigators.
Oh, okay. My next one is from Linda. She has been doing research on urine since your vision of the little boy.
Yes, was driving me always.
Yeah. So she's been looking into it and different ways that it's been used for healing in the past.
Thank you, Linda.
So urine contains ammonia and was used as a cleaning agent by the Romans, but it was also used as a way to open the nose and the lungs and lower blood pressure and open the blood vessels. I believe, from what I was understanding of your email, they put it in smelling salts, I guess. Is this the meaning of a cure for the crown bug?
That will be something really.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Linda, for searching this. I don't know if it was upside down because I was pulling this, so probably it was that eventually it will help because I was pulling this upside down, so I have to see it. Yes, some farmers, it's too cheap to do anything from the urine. Thyroid medication is made out of urine. Horse urine, yes.
Yay. I didn't know that.
Yes, and I'm taking that.
Good.
Synthroid is made out of horse urine.
So it's something that's still used then to this day.
They will be able to do the good job and to help people. So eventually the heart upside down, as long as they are not going to cheat, they will be able to figure out something.
Using like urine therapy. It's very interesting. Like I love all the articles that she mentioned.
And there was a book, and there was a Polish priest who wrote a book about how long time ago the urine was used as a medication for yeast infection. The soldiers will put the legs in their own urine and it will help them.
Yeah, I mean jellyfish stings. That's still a thing that people
will pee on the and that will help them. So there is tons of, and for the babies, if they have the yeast infection, mother should take the diaper and wipe the baby.
It makes me cringe a little bit just because it's the mouth. But I understand. I understand, but that's where my brain goes to.
Don't think bad, because it's better than giving the baby some creams.
Right.
For yeast infection. And that way, for thousands of years, women were dealing with yeast infection from babies breastfeeding.
Okay, this next question is one that was answered in the past, but it was asked again, so I figured we'll do it in that way. If Violetta can recall what her vision was the first time around, to reiterate. Is the crown bug man-made?
And that was the reason I was in trouble with my provider.
Because we called it by the real thing back then.
I called that real name, and it was not even showing that it's the correct spelling. And I thought, I read that correctly. Yes, and I said that I see this as a weapon, as a gun. Weapons people make in the laboratory. So that would be all. I'm not going to reach for the, because I answered that, and I remember that.
I mean, that was the vision that was originally, but I wanted to re-bring it up just because it was asked.
You want me to be in trouble?
No, I do not. This next one is from Sandra, and I thought this was an interesting question. When people die instantly in car crashes, do they realize that they have passed on?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
No. They are just shocked, and they see their own body, and they don't understand. And my near-death experience was very similar, so I understand what I'm talking about. I had, before I was giving birth, so the doctor checked me, she put fingers as they do, and I collapsed. She didn't notice that I collapsed. My blood pressure went so low, and the nurse, young man, came to check my pulse, and it was very... So his machine started making... I was floating above my body when they were taking me to the emergency room to do the C-section. I was going through the walls, following my body on the stretchers. They put me in a coma for 12 hours, from 11 hours till 6 in the afternoon. When I woke up, I was talking about the dream that I had to all my members of my family. I never heard anything about near-death experience because Polish country was very religious, so we never had any talk about psychics or near-death experience. In Canada, I learned that. Yes, those people are shocked. They don't know what's going on, and they are following the body. I was sitting on the light and watching how they can't, and then my dream kind of was stopped. I said my dream, but it was like me observing from above. Yes, they are going to the clouds. King of love. The doctors are trying sometimes remove the body like with me, that they were lucky to bring me back. But they are looking from different perspective on everything. So if they are as fast, they didn't have time to say goodbye. So I bet they are coming to visit the family. Yes, I was not aware at all until the nurse woke me up, and she was asking me questions, what is my name, and so on. And she said, oh, we were afraid that you don't wake up. What do you mean? And I was in the single room, which was so unusual in Poland, so eventually everything makes sense. Wow. So I don't think those people are aware of what's going on. It's so fast that the brain is not able to get the message and be prepared.
Interesting. Thank you, Sandra, for that question. I thought it was...
Thank you. I can share.
Yeah. Okay, my next one is from Pat. It's kind of a two-part question. Is the Black Knight satellite real?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
There is more of them. They are just floating. I don't call them black. It's like bubbles. Like when you are doing the bubbles,
blowing bubbles,
blowing bubbles. So there is few of them actually. They are so hard to see, like the bubble from the distance you can hardly see. They are judging the situation if they will be able to come, and they are from the out of space. And we were talking in the previous video, Goats Out of Space.
Yeah.
You didn't watch that one.
Not yet.
Yeah, they want to connect with humans. They want to make a connection, but they don't trust us. Maybe we have too many bacteria and it's not friendly environment for them, but they are observing us.
Okay. I think that kind of answered part of the second part, because the second part was who put it in Earth's orbit and why.
I think they are from different galaxies and so on.
Okay.
Different places.
Thank you for that question, Pat. I'd never heard of black satellites before today, because I was sitting there in front of my computer and I had to ask Roman. I was like, have you ever heard of this before? Because
he is into those things.
He's very much into those things. And he's like, oh yeah, you haven't heard? Anyways, so. Sorry.
It's like my mom. How could you not hear it?
Oh my gosh.
She always was walking encyclopedia, not knowing anything about computers, my mom, but crosswords, everything.
Yeah.
She had the knowledge about every information available.
And Roman does do quite a lot of reading on all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, he's so proud.
I caught my laugh in my throat.
Time off because he was laid off, so he's
spending time doing some different things around the house. Okay, in our live stream chat today, we actually ended up talking quite a lot about the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. This question is from Sunflowers, and it's kind of just a more general based one today. What is in store for the governor?
In the previous video, if you don't know what, I saw him going like the snow pile on, but I didn't knew that he will have another problems with another woman. I just heard about that time about the one accusing him about being responsible for people who are dying. And I saw that the snow is pushed on two sides of the street. I didn't understand why. Usually we have only on one side.
Yeah.
But I saw two sides. So he has now two fronts that he has to fight. And we were talking about the last case that the young woman is accusing him to touch her by back in a public place and pulling her cheeks and asking her, can I kiss you? And I was laughing that the vision was that his sword is made out of rubber. That's what I saw.
Sword.
So it was his equipment is not to attack the young girls, and I think on that case he can probably prove that that's nothing that.
Now there might be some
And probably Republicans wants to put the Republican governor in New York so the Republicans can protect Don or even give him the pardon.
In saying that, as a disclaimer, I just lost my words there. By no means do we stand for sexual assault of any kind. No. Like, it is always important that voices be heard. But it is concerning to think that, it is possible also that, that, like she said, that there is damage trying to be driven against him. Because he's not Republican.
Some people has to touch other. I'm touchy. I was so touchy before the crown bag. I was asking when I was doing reading. After the reading, someone is kind of happy or unhappy. I will give them a hug. And even not long ago, young man said, "I don't know who I can turn to. I have to talk with you, Violetta." Yeah. So people feel that they can trust you if you are able to give them a hug.
Yeah, it's a very difficult situation.
And if I will be a man, I will be accused that I'm touching people. But that's my hard.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, and you like to be touched, and you like to touch.
Yeah.
And you are suffering because you can't touch your little students.
I can't give my little ones hugs anymore.
Yeah.
In saying that, I did actually, yesterday I was trying to teach my 3 4-year-olds, and I had a very sweet 4-year-old come running up to me, and she said, I need a hug. And before I could say anything, she was hugging me. So, I mean, in a situation like that, I'm not going to push a 4-year-old away from me. I'm going to give her a pat on the back and say, thank you, and then get her to run back to her spot.
Yes, and that it must be the hardest for the children.
Yeah. So, do you see anything
For Cuomo?
for Como? Yeah.
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I can see him putting a flag on his building. So governor buildings, I think he will be, come on, I'm at home.
Right.
So he will be still
Fighting.
beginning of new adventure. He will be eventually on a pedestal. A lot of women might be causing him trouble. I feel sorry for those women, actually, because they were chosen for some reason, and they feel like they don't want to make comments, so that means that they are not feeling really hurt to make comments. It's just someone had a picture of a lady from wedding, and Como make a nice comment, and she came to him and thanked him, and he asked her, can I kiss you? It's like grandfather.
But it's hard. It's hard. As a woman, it's really hard to know which way to take. And so, my last question that I have is from Judy, to do with the rover that's on Mars named Perseverance. I said that so weird. I'm so sorry. Will the Mars rover make any new discoveries, and can you see what they might be?
2 cards.
1, 2, 3.
It will be more what is under the surface. So they will have, it's like there are some canals under the earth.
Okay.
Under the surface, not because earth is over here.
Under the terrain.
Yeah. They will be doing some research. They will be juggling up and down to take cheers. Intuitively, they know that there is something more. Going to the top, they might not tell us everything. They might be cheating us, so we don't know exactly what's going on because they don't want us to know. They wouldn't let us to know too much, but they will be doing some research what is underneath. It's like on the street you have those channels, and those guys are coming, pulling the lid,
Yeah.
and they are going under to check. That's what I saw. So there is something more. They might have some channels under the surface, and they will be looking after it.
It'll be neat. I hope that they are able to release some of the things they discover, because it's so fascinating to find out like what things are out there.
We would like to know that there is some moments on the Mars, and we can have a colony of just men. Just kidding. What can I do?
Either way, I'm excited. It's neat to be able to kind of explore and find out new things about our universe.
Yeah. So that's it?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. And we will just put my cards away.
So thanks everyone so much for joining us today. We'll do our circle of good energy. But just as a reminder, if you want to submit a question for me for next time to ask Violetta, you can send them to psychicvioletta.questions@gmail.com. Or you can also book a reading with Violetta to get some one-on-one time with her through her website at psychicvioletta.com.
Thank you so much, and please ask questions on the comment sections for me, because I need them to exist. And thank you please give me
Thumbs up, likes.
That will help me to stay on this channel.
Help us to support the journey to be able to continue on and continue making content for you guys.
I want to do it as much as possible. We want to pray for everyone who is feeling down, who feels that whatever they are doing, they can't reach the goals that they have for themselves. So please believe that if the wall is ahead of you, you have to go this direction, adapt. Your angels want you to discover new possibilities for yourself. So you have to stay positive, stay focused what you want and how to get. Sometimes you have to completely change jobs or location where you are living. But after every bad situation, there is a good silver lining. So think that everything will be always positive at the end, and your angels are watching over you. You want to add something?
I'm not talking that one today.
Thank you so much. And I want to say, Letitia Marel, sorry. She gave me a compliment about my necklace that I had worn last time. And I made that one out of leather, and I used the real shell. So that's petrified shell that I found it, I polished, and I created the jewelry a long time ago. I had fun, but I was not able to do the big jewelry that I love it. I had to go different directions. That's one of the walls you are reaching. The small jewelry came to be popular in 90s. I had to go different direction. I was upset.
That's like they say, where one door closes, another door opens.
I wouldn't be here. Yes, one door closes, another opens. So I wouldn't be here if I will have to always do what I wanted. I wanted to do silversmithing. Not that much luck. They open free trade with Mexico. Something always will hit you, and you have to go different direction.
Thanks, everyone, so much.
Thank you.